April is Parkinson's Awareness Month, and for people living with this neurologic condition, deep brain stimulation surgery has been a life-changing treatment. And now there's another option. Hartford Healthcare is the first in the state to offer non-invasive, high-intensity focused ultrasound. Joining us now is Hartford Healthcare's Dr. Duarte Machado, Director of Program Excellence and Recognition at the Chase Family Movement Disorder Center. Dr. Machado, thank you so much for being with us. Can you talk a little bit more about how this high-intensity focused ultrasound helps and how it's different from deep brain stimulation surgery?
Yeah, so Hartford Healthcare is so proud to be the first medical institution in Connecticut to offer high-intensity focused ultrasound, which is an important treatment option for people with essential tremor and Parkinson's disease because of its ability to significantly reduce tremors as dramatically as deep brain stimulation, but without the need to undergo brain surgery. The high-intensity focused ultrasound is non-invasive and incisionless and works by using beams of ultrasound energy to precisely target small areas of brain tissue that are causing tremors. The ultrasound energy creates enough heat to selectively interrupt these signals that cause tremors. The procedures performed while patients awake without general anesthesia and uses an MRI machine to allow our specialists to precisely plan and target specific brain cells.
So who would be a good candidate for this procedure?
Yeah, so patients with tremor due to essential tremor or Parkinson's disease that's not sufficiently controlled with medication may be eligible for this treatment. So those patients with medication refractory tremor. In particular, this includes patients also who are afraid of brain surgery and those who are not candidates for brain stimulation due to advanced age or other significant medical conditions that would preclude them from having surgery. Since focused ultrasound is non-invasive and different from traditional surgery, it also offers many other benefits, including, no incision, so little to no risk of infection. There's immediate resolution of tremor improvement before the patient leaves the OR, and there's also obviously quicker recovery time and return to normal daily activities.
And is it actually a procedure that's currently available now in Connecticut?
Yeah, so we at Hartford Healthcare's Chase Family Movement Disorder are so proud that we will be the first in Connecticut and the only one of 4 institutions in the entire New England area to offer this treatment to the thousands of people in this region with ET, essential tremor, and Parkinson's disease. So to find out more information, you can call Hartford Healthcare's Chase Family Movement Disorder Center at 860-870-6385 or visit our website to connect with us and request more information.
Absolutely. Dr. Machado, thank you for your time today, and I'll put that website up for folks. Everyone, if you want more information, you can go to hartfordhealthcare.org/neuro or just hartfordhealthcare.org. You can find